So one of the best things in the world is the single leg deadlift, which will be the next thing we go over. A couple form points. So as we get into this, there's going to be a couple different sections for hip crease, foot details, all these other guys. But main rules of this is we want to have a nice tall pillar spine. We're going to want the primary hinge at the hip on top of a balanced foot. And we'll get into a little bit towards the end as far as some of the specifics as far as the hamstring and neural tension length and how that can affect certain cases. So basic rules is I want my tall pillar spine, which we had with our pull drill earlier. We want a good tripod on the foot. And as we go forwards, especially working in this plane of motion, we want to make sure we stay shoulders over hips with kind of the pillar spine. One of the biggest deviations we're going to get is a lean to one side if we can't center over the foot well. Whereas we go forwards, we're going to get the dreaded peel out, which would be as we go forward, we're going to get the lift of the hip, since we don't have a good drive into the hip and a good crease in the center of the foot. So kind of the front view is how we go into this mentally. Is how I want to do a right side and single leg deadlift. I'll have my single leg stance centered over the right foot, good tripod, tall pillar spine, and I'm going to feel a crease into the hip as I go forwards, and then just drive back out as I go back and forth, nice and stable. So I want to, if I put my hands on my ribs, I want them to drop and go evenly across my hips and maintain that the entire time up and down. So for the side view, everything's nice and centered over top, good single leg stance. So as I feel the crease into the motion and then drive back out as I go forward, I want to have this like roughly level across my back as I go forward. If you really want to play with this to emphasize it, not throwing the motion too much, we can put a little bit of more of a stick across the lower back as we go back and forth to make sure that it stays relatively even. If we need that kind of feedback. Otherwise, good mirror shot from the side to see if you're coming across is always a good thing. Also, if you can also almost palpate your ASI as the little knobby guys on the front. So as you're going forward, you're feeling a good crease into the hip. They should have an equal distance from the ground on each side. So as you're going from the side angle, the bigger issue we have is the peel out. Going from the front angle, we're gonna look more for the side-to-side deviation. Are we keeping our ribs even with our hips going over top? Usually we would do this, start body weight as always to own it. We've got a couple extra pieces within this segment to look into in case we're having some issues with it. So that's the basics of your single leg deadlift. We've got a whole bunch of breakouts, which please peruse also throughout the channel and through the breakout page.